That's Star Chaser. Star Chaser passing Double Trouble right there. Looking real good, that 41-foot Apache. And coming up on Rare Breed, this is D96, the Star Chaser. Driven by Butch Montevecchi, his throttle man is Michael Florio, and on navigation he's got Jim Montevecchi. This boat would like to give special appreciation to Richie Zool for his high-performance engines. Now we come up on another big boat, D17, the Red Cloud Race Team. This red 41-foot Apache is powered by 2 airspeed engines with Speedmaster drives. This boat is owned and driven by Sal Sassoon from Miami, Florida, and he's got Mendy Fernandez on throttles today. Red Cloud Race Team, this Apache is a big boat. He certainly prefers some of the bigger chop, but he's got the power to move this 41-foot hull along. The Apaches really have a good reputation for getting through some of this rough chop. Cats who you saw earlier were really whizzing by. But Red Cloud looks very strong also, nice and steady here. D96, the Star Chaser race team from Staten Island, New York. This sleek, bright yellow 41-foot Apache is powered by twin Zool motors with 1,600 horsepower with Mercruiser outdrives. This boat is owned and driven by Ernest Montevecchi from Staten Island. It is throttled by Michael Florio and navigated by James Montevecchi. The Star Chaser race teams, the Montevecchis and Florio, making up the great, illustrious Star Chaser race team. These Star Chaser. This sleek, all-yellow 41-foot Apache is powered by twin 800 horsepower Ritchie Zool engines with Mercruiser outdrives. This boat is all business. Star Chaser, headed up by Butch Montevecchi, who's doing the driving, Jim Montevecchi doing the navigating, and Mike Florio on throttles. The entire Star Chaser team hailing from the Brooklyn metropolitan New York area. right there. As we go by Impression's East Coast Marine, we come up to PTM Express on the inside and Coors Light Silver Bullet on the far outside. So that's a Coors Light Silver Bullet running neck and neck with PTM Express. PTM Express is a 47-foot Apache powered by 3 CNG racing inboard motors. A lot of power right there for Phil Mashinsky's boat. And the Coors Silver Light Bullet hanging tough also with PTM Express. Now we come up on 2 boats we've seen earlier on. On the inside, it's John D'Elia's Special Edition, and on the outside, you've got Gentry's boat being driven today by Don Johnson. D'Elia Special Edition on the inside and Gentry on the outside, running head-to-head competition off the coast of Atlantic City. Boat 99, that is a big, large boat, and with all the power that those Gentry motors put out, it's certainly going to need every bit of it today to be competitive in class. Gentry looking very strong in the super boat category. Now we come back to Phil Mashinsky's PTM Express. Phil's doing the driving today, and on throttles he's got Randy Garcia and Ralph Martin as his navigator from Florida. Phil is from the New Jersey area, so he is basically in the hometown state, and he wants to put on a good show here today in Atlantic City. The PTM Express having a good run so far. Two to 300 points behind Al Copeland's Popeye's Diet Coke in the super boat competition. Now we come up on D96, this all-yellow 41-foot Apache known as Star Chaser. This boat is powered by twin 800 horsepower Ritchie Zool racing inboard motors with Merc Cruiser No. 4 drives. This boat is owned and driven by Butch Montevecchi from Staten Island, New York. His navigator is James Montevecchi, and Mike Florio is the throttle man. This crew has been together for several years, and they are stars. And the Star Chaser race team are true champions, and they're presently running in first place. They've had some excellent wins from 1987 as well as into '88, and today's race is no exception. Up on D55, Island Runner, and slightly ahead of him, it's S941, the Dick O'Day Racing Team. But we're going to stay with Island Runner right here. This 41-foot all-white Apache is powered by twin Stadler high-performance engines with 725 horsepower each. This boat is owned and throttled by Frank Kerbeck from right here in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Driving is George Kerbeck, and your navigator is Al Chapchian. Your chief crew member is Mike Roshko, all hailing from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Hometown favorites here, the Kerbecks in the Island Runner race boat. You see them going by Dick O'Day Racing. Two totally different class of boats, so certainly not a problem. You've just been listening to a boat really going through its paces. Mandy has that boat really cranking. Right now, here's another boat hanging very tough with them. D25. It has no name, but it is a 41-foot Apache that is powered by twin 700 horsepower Mercury inboard motors with Merc Cruiser outdrives. This boat is totally a Miami, Florida crew. It is owned by Jorge Aparicio. You've got Rolando Piega on throttles, Orlando Gomez your driver, and Carlos Suarez as your navigator. The 41 Apache crew, and coming on the inside and coming off a little bit is Spirit Special. Mandy Fernandez does seem to be backing off the throttle slightly. We hope that there's nothing serious for the Spirit Special race team. And now we're coming up on our first boat, number 45, PTM Express. This sleek 47-foot red and white Apache is powered by three 850 horsepower CNG marine inboards with Mercruiser outdrives. This boat is owned by Phil Mashinsky from Watchung, New Jersey. Phil is also your driver, and on throttles from North Miami, Florida, Phil's got Paul Churchill. So the crew of Mashinsky and Churchill are making up the PTM Express race team. PTM Express has had a very fine race year in 1988. Passing BAM. Here we're coming up on D96. This is the Star Chaser race team. This boat is a 41-foot Apache deep V bottom. This boat is powered by twin 800 horsepower Ritchie Zool inboard motors with Mercruiser number 4 outdrives. This boat is owned and driven by Butch Montevecchi from Staten Island, New York. His navigator today is Jim Montevecchi from Staten Island, and from New York, it's Mike Florio on throttles. The Star Chaser race team, the Montevecchis and Florio, they've been together for a couple years right now. 1988 has been a very good campaign for them. The boat performed extremely strong. Admirably performance by boat and crew as well. Well, as you can see, we've got very good competition right here in your first and second spot in Sportsman D. Apache with a slight lead over the Lethal Weapon race team, who you see in your picture right now. Two Apache Deep V hulls going at it head-to-head right now. And now we're going to do a close-up of the Lethal Weapon race team. This is D44 Lethal Weapon. It is an all-red 41-foot Apache powered by twin Merc Cruiser inboards with Merc Cruiser drives, combined horsepower, 1,350 ponies underneath those engine covers, which are really doing the job right now for Lethal Weapon because they are hanging right behind the Montevecchis in Star Chaser. The Lethal Weapon race team is owned and driven by Lester Carrillo from Sparta, New Jersey. He's got Raul Gutierrez, also from Westfield, on the throttles, and his navigator is Donald Purley from Westfield. Of the Lethal Weapon race team.
We're here Thursday morning with Les from D44 Lethal Weapon race team, 41-foot Apache. What do you think about the weather? What's it going to do for the big deep V's today?
I think that we have the proper weather for our boat. This is the first time we've ever run it. My crew has never even seen the boat before, so we're hoping to go out there and stay with the pack.
You say the crew's never seen the boat. You qualified for this race, I understand, in a different boat all season.
Yes, we were in a 33-foot fountain, and we qualified. The boat is not a real good offshore boat, but it got us here, and then, of course, now we're switching over.
What do you think the major differences are in the boat, other than just the sheer size of the 41 Apache?
Handling, the ability to keep the boat in the water. The other boat spent most of the time in the air, and it was tough. In 4 races, we did place in 2. But with this boat, we don't know what kind of power we have. It came right from Miami down here. It's never been up by us. And I'm taking a chance to see what we'll do. We'll have new motors next year.
Well, Les is going to go out and find out just what the boat does and what kind of power it has here Thursday morning. D44 Lethal Weapon race team off for their first race in a new boat. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Gentry's Turbo Eagle. Could be some mechanical problems there for Tom Gentry right from the start. We'll have to wait and see on that. But right here we're on boat number 45, the boat known as PTM Express. It is a 47-foot red Apache trimmed in white, powered by 3 850 horsepower CNG marine inboard motors with Merc Cruiser outdrives. This boat is owned and driven by Phil Mashinsky from Watchung, New Jersey. And on throttles today, he's got Paul Churchill from North Miami, Florida. The PTM Express, they took a 3rd place in Tuesday's leg, so a strong finish here today will certainly put them in the thick of things. tearing up the race course. With 3 825 horsepower Carolina Racing motors, you know this is a boat to be reckoned with. An RDS race team is presently running in second place in class behind Eric's Reality. That is unofficial. They're dueling with Eric's Reality, RDS, Little Caesars Pizza, and Totally Awesome. But right now, look at this group go. They've got this boat dialed in. The Carolina Racing motors are doing their job, and this Deep V 45 Apache hull is cut out for racing. Overtake Eric's Reality and Little Caesars Pizza. Now we come up on boat number 74. This is the Apache Trader race team. This sleek, all-yellow, 41-foot Deep V Apache is powered by twin 750 horsepower Stother high-performance motors with Merc Cruiser drives. This boat is owned by Offshore Apache Racing Team. Your driver today is Thomas L. Core for Sherborne, Massachusetts. Wallace O. Smith from Mount Laned, New Jersey is your navigator, and Harold Stotler from Fort Lauderdale, Florida is on the throttles. The Apache Trader race team. And now we're picking up the Lethal Weapon race team, D44. This red 41-foot Apache is powered by twin 750 horsepower Rogers Speed Shop motors, and this is a big boat. We expect him to do very well today. This is his kind of water, and with that 1,500 combined horsepower, we expect big things out of this boat today. Lethal Weapon. This boat is owned and driven by Lester Carrillo from Sparta, New Jersey. And on throttles, he's got Raul Gutierrez from Westfield, New Jersey, and Donald Purley, also from Westfield, is the navigator. Watch today's race. Now we come up on D44, the Lethal Weapon race team. This is a 41-foot Apache powered by twin 750 horsepower Rogers Speed Shop motors with Merc Cruiser drives. On the outside of Lethal Weapon, that's Hydro Hoist. Far outside, closer to the shore, Hydro Hoist dueling with a Lethal Weapon right now. and he's going by Hydro Hoist. Hydro Hoist seems to be slowing down. That could be a tough break for Joe Riley and the rest of his crew of Hydro Hoist race team. We'll try to bring you an update on that a little later on. But right now, we're staying with Lester Carrillo, and Billy Martin is doing a fine job on the throttles of the Lethal Weapon race team. Now we come up on the Predator race team. This D15, this sleek, all-yellow 41-foot Apache is powered by twin Chevy inboard motors with 880 horsepower with Merc Cruiser outdrives. This boat is owned and driven by Edward Toth from Sellersville, Pennsylvania. Lindsey Pyre is your navigator, and Herb Stoller is your throttle man. So the team of Stoller, Pyrie, and Toth making up the Predator race team. And right now they are hunting as true Predators would. They're definitely in the hunt right now in D class. They're holding off American Express still at this present point in time. And this Apache is a very strong racing hull, and they certainly do have the power needed with these 880 horsepower Chevy inboard motors. The Lethal Weapon Race Team. And here they are, Lethal Weapon. This sleek 1987 41-foot Apache is powered by two Rogers Speed Shop motors with 750 horsepower each. A lot of power here. This boat is owned by Lester Carrillo from Sparta, New Jersey, who's doing the driving today. And he's got Billy Martin on the throttles, and Donald Purley is your navigator. This boat has had a very strong '89 campaign. Stoddard inboard motors. These have 800 horsepower apiece with Mercury drives. A very strong running boat right here. From Atlantic City, New Jersey, this boat is owned and throttled by Frank Kerbeck. Herb Stotler is your driver, and Al Chapchian is your navigator, also from the Atlantic City area. Stotler hailing from Fort Lauderdale. So these gentlemen make up the Island Runner race team. USA. Spirit of America on the outside. RDS, Lucky Strike. Then Little Caesars. Little Caesars, Spirit of America. Gentry, Team Johnson, Team USA actually, Don Johnson's boat, all taking a quick charge to the front of the pack. That's Little Caesars Pizza, Eric's Reality, Gentry, Team USA, and Spirit of America on the far outside. And on the inside right here, that is RDS. Boat number 89, RDS Race Team. It's a 45-foot Apache powered by 3 870 horsepower Carolina racing motors with Keykeeper outdrives. This boat is owned and driven by Stephen Baldwin of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Gary Smith is his navigator, and Keith Hazel is on the throttles. European boats who will be charging hard also. Right out there. These boats have been running 1, 2, 3 all year in the Superboat competition, so today is certainly no different than the rest of the year. Apache powered by 3 825 horsepower Chevrolet inboard motors with Merc Cruiser drives. This boat is owned and driven by Phil Mashinsky of Watchung, New York. Navigating today is Bud Millinghausen, and Jeff Millinghausen is on the throttles. Millinghausen and Mashinsky making up the Lucky Strike race team. Like overall in 89, they finished in 4th place behind RDS in 89, so they would love to have a good week of racing here today, and they're definitely in the hunt for things right now.